Welcome to the 180th edition of Make Pro Wrestling Majestic. Again, I am Tigerhite.
And I'm Peter Gallery.
So before we really get into it, we will have an announcement here in the coming days. We're not going to say anything yet because it's not quite ready, but be excited.
I'm excited for something.
Yes, you know what it is.
I know what it is.
So before we get into it, I made a video about this, but I'm going to go through here because there are some people who like the long form, some people who like the short, so I'm going to do this here. And that is the size of the ring. There have been still a lot of debates about it for some reason, even though I proved that it is 16 by 16, but we'll go into it further. Because
I think they said it was 18 by...
They said it was 18 by 18, but it doesn't make any sense. And I'll tell you how.
This is the dumbest storyline.
Yeah, so well, people are still bitching about it, so I'm going to prove it here with some math and also some actual physical evidence. And I did this on the short form, but people are still complaining. So this is the ring that was there, right? For hard camera, same width, same everything, and they've said that this was the exact same. And this is the regular ring. So obviously there is a size discrepancy between these two. Now, the 18 by 18, even if you count the turnbuckles, the posts, everything, it still doesn't make sense. And how I measured this is based on the barricades. A standard barricade that they use for these events is 72 inches. That is not 18 by 18. If you put 9 of them together, it would wrap around this ring. If you put 11 of them together around this ring, and that is butted up right to it. Based on this picture, with depth perception in mind, only 2 barricades, maybe 2 and some change, can fit on every single side of this ring. No matter where you measure it, no matter how you do it, this ring is 16 by 16. That is facts. That's evidence, and I just beat it in less than 3 minutes. That's amazing that I was able to do that. But how QT Marshall was talking about it, he was a big one. He's like, well, I'm part of the backstage. It's 18 by 18. This is standard for wrestling that we had to hire ring. So, no, you didn't. You had a freight problem. You did not realize that it was going to take that long, even though you probably should have started it earlier. And even the dirt sheet said before that it was a freight problem. They mentioned it, that it was a freight problem. You just can't say it and then just erase it and say, you don't see it here, you don't see it here, it doesn't exist. That's not how that works. It's more plausible that way because Buddy Murphy wouldn't have gotten hurt in a 20 by 20 or a ring that was literally concaving into itself. Did you see the main event? The posts were like this.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah. It was terrible. It was like the ropes were sagging horribly.
Oh, I heard about the sagging ropes.
Yeah, because the ring was so poorly made because it's 1 16 by 16 and 2 is from a dumbass indie show. The turnbuckles were doing this.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was bending within of itself.
It's still the dumbest storyline.
Yes. And also, Buddy Matthews, who had to delete this tweet, by the way, said it wasn't 16 by 16 because he got fucking hurt.
Yep.
The extent of the injury, we are not sure. But I can't believe he actually wrestled because he injured himself during the entrance.
Yeah.
And he wrestled on that bum-ass ankle the entire time. And I didn't even know he was hurt.
Yeah.
So good for him for at least pulling off a decent match against Okada. I watched it. I did a review on it. It was one of the better matches of the show.
Which is saying something, AEW.
Exactly.
It's just telling.
Exactly. So another one. AEW Supremacy just is the most enormous racist I've ever seen. Hard R. I don't care how many G's you put in there, we get the implication. He even said something about Obathemi, Trick Williams, still using the hard R N-word. I'm not going to say it, even though we're only talking about the word colloquially.
Yes.
Like, in the context that we're talking about it, it would not be racist. But I'm not going to say it because the IWC are retards.
What?
This is not how you do it. If you and I, like I said, the discussion that you and I are having is not.
Is he talking about like black champions losing?
Yes. So he talked about all the black people losing because they did. All the black people lost during the show. It's so weird.
What?
Right. And this is not the only time that the little AEW Freakazoids were racist because
it's 2025.
It's 2025, and apparently if you put enough G's in there, apparently that just
well, I mean, it is on Twitter too, and we all know that Elon Musk is basically a Nazi.
I don't know. The problem is that I've gotten flagged for literally nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you either are going to accept all the speech, which, I mean, if you want to be an idiot, this is, I guess, the speech. Sure, you're probably going to be doxxed soon.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope you do become doxxed soon, Supremacy, because that's weird as shit. I don't care if you're just trying to rage bait. There's rage baiting, and then there's too much.
Yeah,
and this is a little too much. Cultaholic put in their own 2 cents about this, where they called anybody who complained about the ring lonely. So, number one, Cultaholic, you guys were fired from what culture? You guys didn't leave. You guys left en masse. You guys were fired. Fuck you. Number two, I watched your entire dumb video, and literally, it just was, I'm sorry, you're not going to get hired by doing that.
No.
I mean, nepotism is there. That's how Will Washington became there, because apparently his cousin's with Swerve or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why he was hired. And I guess they're getting absolute flack. I want to say that they changed the name, but I guess not. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I
didn't argue about anything about the ring.
I did because
I know you did.
Well, because
there's a lot of drama.
There is a lot of drama, and that's really good for the show. But yes, that was crazy. And let's talk about the final thing.
What the hell is this?
This is a shirt. Clearly, it is a shirt that is on AEW's website still to this day. I took this screenshot myself. This is a white t-shirt with property of Death Riders on the bottom, and they're expecting idiots to pay $30 for a white t-shirt. Now, let me go to another one that I took a screenshot of because I did. This is Fruit of the Loom, so you know you're going to get a decent shirt. Not the best, but a decent shirt. You get a pack of 6 white t-shirts for almost less than half. Yeah. Almost half of that price. And this is 6 white t-shirts. I mean, if you want to be a Death Riders fan, why buy this dumb shit? Get this.
Right.
Just get the white shirts. Slap a little sticker down there and call it a fucking day. You don't have to spend $30 on a white t-shirt. AEW, I don't know who the fuck your graphic designer is. I don't know who is making these decisions, but they need to be hit with heavy mining equipment at this point, because this is silly. This is silly Billy shit, okay? Now, that was really it for drama. Oh, the other thing. Oh, that's right. This was trending for a little bit. WWE women deserve better. This was not expounded upon at all. What do you mean by this? Stories? There were multiple segments on SmackDown. They were blaming The Rock and Triple H for cutting the Bianca Belair-Liv Morgan match because The Rock wanted to talk. Where is your evidence?
Right. Well, I know that The Rock's inclusion in SmackDown did result in a couple of things being cut down.
But the problem is, where?
Right.
Who?
We don't know that. We can only speculate.
Right. And did you really want a Bianca Belair-Liv Morgan match? I thought what they did was perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
Also, that tag team title match was fucking short, right? Do the WWE tag teams deserve better?
Right.
Where's your outrage there? Where's your outrage to minorities? Carmelo Hayes is teaming with The Miz. I like the team, but people bitched about it. Where is that? Where's the minorities? You can't just pick and choose your outrage. You just can't. It's stupid. They are prominently featured. They have 3 champions. Or if you want to count all of the rosters, they have like 6 champions on the main roster. Yeah, 6. I'm counting Speed. You have this. And anytime the women are in there wrestling, they generally do good. I praise them all the time. And what about the match earlier? The The Tiffany Stratton match
Yeah.
with Candice LeRae. That's a story. Nia Jax squished them. There's your minority fix. You just can't do this. Now, The Rock's promo was not great. I mean, I liked it.
I mean, The Rock has ownership stake in the company, so he's going to just do whatever he wants.
Right. And was it a little bit rambling? Yeah. I even said it was a little bit rambling, but I like the story being told. You just can't have everybody in there all the time.
No.
You just can't.
No.
And also, a lot of the backstage segments that were featured on television, guess what? The majority of them were women.
Yay!
You just can't pick and choose. That's the problem with this stupid online culture. You just can't pick and choose your outrage because it feels good and fuzzy inside.
Right.
No. You either do all of it or you do none of it.
Right.
So that's what I want to say about that. By the way, I do believe the women in WWE are booked fucking great. Let's look at Raw. Let's look at NXT. Probably some of the strongest talent that we have ever seen in this women's division. Probably the more consistent storyline going into WrestleMania features the women.
Yeah.
So, shut up. Period. End of goddamn story. That is the drama for this week. Peanut Gallery, we're going to cover some
Stuff.
news.
Yes.